What's going on, y'all? Y'all tuned in to another episode of Exposure. I'll be your boy, the Global Zoe, and I'm with the gang.
Eric Biddines.
Drego Mill.
And today we got a special guest in the house, the one and only, our first female artist, Tori Spade.
What it do? What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling. Same old. Pretty good.
Good. I'm happy to have you on the show, man. We are
Happy
so
to
excited.
be here.
And if you made it here today, that means you got gas in the car, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see what's going on right now?
Y'all got a drop in Palm Beach too?
It's all about exposure. You need the exposure. You gotta touch the streets. You need that street credibility. You need that promotion. And that's what exposure provides for the peace.
Working million that makes him sign out here at MIA, grinding like I always do. Watching exposure.
Getting hit in the head with that exposure. You know what it is, them down dogs, Raylo, #1 DJs, #1 promoters for show from Palm Beach. It's exposed. It's wide open now.
Y'all check it out, you know what I'm saying? Keep it locked all over Florida.
And you are watching Exposure.
Huh?
There's a drop in Palm Beach too?
Well, apparently the ports were closed because of the water. So, of course, transportation wasn't able to get to it.
Okay.
So they were saying, well, at least within, I'm hoping by tonight, tomorrow morning, things get better. But I think from coming from down south up to here, the gas stations that had gas, the line was already in the street like a hurricane.
Right.
So I drove by each one. I was trying to get something, but I couldn't.
Right.
So my truck is full, but now I got to get the mobile mobile to get some gas in it. So right now, that's where I'm at. How y'all good? Everything filled up?
I didn't know that rain can do that with gas. It's been raining our whole life. This is my first time seeing we shut down gas because of rain.
The flooding though, I don't know if it was how many inches off from the floor.
We've been getting rain like that though.
But not as, I don't know, Fort Lauderdale Airport closed for a day and a half.
Was you seen any crazy
It's
groundbreaking rain?
It's a setup. Okay.
What you mean? What's going?
Like the rain that came wasn't nothing crazy.
You mean growing up, like seeing the rain like this?
No, I've experienced rain my whole life in Florida.
Right.
And heavier than that.
Right.
And it wasn't like that.
Facts.
We've been through tropical storms.
It's a setup to get people to go in. I don't know.
That's part.
I know the prices look like they up there. It's about $4 a gallon.
Wow.
Hey, they do. Hey, I ain't mad at the game if you can just you could pay a few bands and say, hey, we short on gas, and everybody. It worked. It worked.
That's crazy though.
But we've been through tropical storms. We've been through pre-hurricanes. We've been through way more drastic rainfall than what came just now. So that's why I was like,
right,
what y'all talking about?
Hurricanes and all.
Ain't no gas. The trucks can't drive no more from rain.
Yeah, I didn't know how it come in, so that's why I asked. Yeah, I didn't know how the gas come in. I didn't know it was from the ocean, from other places, right?
Yeah.
See, I never knew that.
Man. So just y'all make sure when you can get it if you really need it. Or we're gonna have to be Ubering and moving around however we can. Nothing wrong with that. But no, Tori, let's get into it, man. So Snapper, Diamond, Tori Spade. What's the difference between the three? Like, why Tori Spade today? We call you, we know you as Tori Spade, but when I met you, I seen the transition from each phase. Can you explain how we got to Tori Spade today?
A lot of people ask me that too.
So
Diamond is like, that's the closest thing to my government name.
Okay.
So I turned to Diamond before I turned to my real name.
All right.
So I was given that name in high school. I was rapping with like a group of guys, and well, actually my first name was Ice Cream. I started out as Ice Cream.
Ice Cream. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I transitioned over to Diamond. One of the guys in the group gave me that name, and so like I used to work with a couple people like in the game and stuff, and they told me, well, you know, you got Diamond from Crime Mob. Around that time, I had Diamond from Crime Mob coming out. Trina was calling herself the Diamond Princess.
Okay.
So they was like, you know, they gonna confuse you. So in a way, I'm like, that's a good thing. They might go grab my thinking it's one of theirs. That's good for me, you know. But so I kind of just had to change my name. You know, we all decided to change my name. So my friend's aunt gave me that name in the studio one day. They was like, come on, you gotta hurry up and change your name. I was actually in the middle of recording, and she was like, Snapper, because you be snapping. So I was like, there it is, Snapper. So I just read with Snapper at that time. So And then how Tori Spade came along is Snapper. It never really sat with me too much. You know, I hated when people used to be like, "Oh, Snapper, why they call you that?"
They're
you know,
referring to that one thing.
you
right?
know, yeah, it really wasn't that at all. So, you know, I never really liked it, and the name Tori Spade, a friend of mine started calling me that, and we ran with Tori Spade. And I can hear that better, you know, like when I get an award or something, like Tori Spade, you know,
No, it's hard.
Snapper, you know.
I
so
always
like,
think of a deck of cards. Tori Spade.
Right.
you know, yeah, you know.
It's catchy.
You know?
Yeah, ain't nothing to play with.
But does it have a definition outside of, or you just put it together, the two words together?
Just put it
Tori and
together.
Spade.
Tori and Spade.
Aces, baby. Hey, I like that. It's hot.
Somebody said I look like a Tory, so.
That's what's up. So female rappers, we ain't have a whole lot that, and there may be some out that I know, but I feel like when I started paying attention to the Palm Beach music scene, there was a Killer Kim and there was yourself.
Right.
Once upon a time, like at that time, that earlier days, and when we talk about the clubs that we went to, the TKO.
Right. We had Strona.
Huh?
Strona.
And Strona came. Okay, see, I didn't know of her yet.
Yeah,
I started following
big
Scuba
fan of
Season a
Strona.
little bit after.
Yeah.
All right, so we throw Strona D in there. So,
Yeah.
how was it? How was your experience coming up in Palm Beach County? How would you define? How was it? You feel like it was hard since it was a lot of guys dominated by males? But back then, any
That's
struggles you had?
Being a woman, you're gonna have struggles regardless. Being a female, and like Palm Beach was fun. You know, Palm Beach is who I am. I wouldn't be known if it wasn't for my fans in Palm Beach. So, but Palm Beach, it was fun. It's still fun. You know, I have people all the time like show me so much love on social media. They be tagging me, they inbox me, they come on my SoundCloud. You know, they always, you know, supporting me. So Palm Beach, it was fun. It's still fun, like I said. So, and it was hard, of course. Like I said, it'll be hard for any female in the game, no matter where you are. It's gonna be hard. And no matter where I was, I dealt with sexual harassment. So,
as far as the fellas can't keep it professional when you're
yeah,
in the
so it's
studio,
gonna always be hard for a female.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's gonna always be hard.
Dang, I could imagine.
Right.
I could imagine, because it looked like now, I feel like female rappers, I don't want to say running the game, but I feel like every other week there's a new one out
Yeah.
there. Like I feel like after Cardi, after Lotto,
Yeah.
after Megan Thee Stallion, I mean, you can go.
Yeah, they
on
coming
and
out.
on.
I hear so many and a lot of talent too. I hear some.
Nikki
raw
said it.
females.
Set it back up.
Bad.
I feel like when Nikki came, then it changed.
Right.
Then you had everybody, because it was dry for a minute. We had Trina. It was a nice space between the Lil Kims and Foxy Browns before we got to Trina.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then, it was just really Trina. You had it was this girl Charlie Baltimore. You had Missy. You had a few, but even the Charlies and Angie. Didn't Angie Martinez rap too?
Yeah,
You had
she
a
was shutting
few
it down.
others that can rap, but they didn't get no type of play really to how they should have got. Then when Nicki came through and she was up there, you know, being able to be on those songs with Jay-Z, Eminem,
Nicki
Lil
opened the door
Wayne,
back.
she took it open, and then it was over from that.
Nikki definitely opened the door back up.
Yeah.
That's good. So do you feel like you gotta the content you put out? Do you have to be cautious of what you rapping about, or do you feel like because I know it's you know we talk about City Girls made it almost popular, talking about you know the guys spinning the bread, you know getting over on the dudes, Hot Girl Summer. Do you feel like we had to change the content, or you could still speak freely from yourself, your personal experience?
Long as you speak, I mean, I would say, from my point of view, I speak facts. So, I mean, but you don't have to speak facts to do anything. People believe a lie all the time. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like people just go along with their lifestyle, whatever they want to be, whatever they are into. You know, you have the people that like City Girls, and you have people that like Lotto, because Lotto don't be as explicit as City Girls. So you know, I guess it's all about your personality.
Yeah, Lotto be talking about. She be talking about hustling too. I heard some of her records. It's a
I
little
like
diverse
her.
versus just you know shaking ass, fuck
I
nigga
like
this,
her
fuck nigga
voice.
that. I feel like
I
I feel like
love
she
her
got
voice.
some motivational records, and she really go off, and her energy is different as well compared to the other females that I've heard.
They all got bars. I wonder if it's something the males do in the industry to make attractive women. All of them be attractive.
Yeah, that's another.
Attractive women to talk about certain things for the marketing side, because Megan can rap.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, she can rap.
Yeah, she can.
When I first heard some of her stuff, I was like, oh, we finna have a spitter from Texas that's finna, do something else. And then it wasn't bad. It was just typical. It kind of fit in with the whole spectrum that was working throughout the feed of female music. And I was like, man, I want another Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Like that.
We might not get one for a while, man. Real talk.
But will they get the support? I think they probably exist, but is that support, or are people going to gravitate to them kind of records when you see what's unfortunately winning? Because the only Megan records I know is the ones that's on the radio.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
So the heard you talk is from an album, like when you actually.
This was like early on when she freestyling in front of microphones and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that Nicki was doing early on too.
Yeah, before before she popped, she was doing a lot of underground.
And shout out to the lesbians too, because we be sleeping on the lesbians. Like Young and May got bars. Yeah. She got bars. So and it's other lesbians got bars too. I just don't know if the marketing side of it. I don't know if we're doing a good diversity job where the ethics is in that part. She can spit too.
No,
she got the flow.
Listen,
she got the flow.
Yeah,
she got the flow.
Right,
she can't act like she can't try to sit there and act like she can't.
She humble. She be
yeah.
But no, for sure.
She like, oh, I could talk about the struggle now. Don't let me get on one of them old school Trick Daddy beats.
Right. Let me ask you a question. So, do you like to actually rap on a certain type of tempo? Like you like the party vibes only? Or you would never like to slow it down?
I have slow songs.
You do? Because I was.
So I was gonna ask about that. Can't Be Your Girl. Do you feel like that's your biggest? Is it safe to say that's probably one of the biggest records you've got?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody know. I mean, if you're from Palm Beach, the city, you seen Gangsters and Thugs, or you know of Raylo, and you seen the bit. Like I feel like you can't Be Your Girl.
Yeah, that's a fact. If you don't know Can't Be Your Girl, you're not from Palm Beach.
I feel like the video was like before we had HD. It was done right there before we went to HD. But it was one of you gonna watch it because it was still dope. It had a whole storyline, right?
Okay. Do you like it because everybody else like it, or is this a track that's really really close to you?
I wrote Can't Be Your Girl from the heart.
Okay.
I didn't even write it to that beat. I wrote it to. I wrote that song to Nelly and Kelly song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Even though it don't sound like it, but I did.
Right.
But I wrote that like straight from the heart. So
that's good.
And a lot of people ask me, who was that for? A lot of guys, that I've known in the past. I'm gonna say, I think it's for them. So
okay.
Everybody wrong. But
that's
now you single.
What? Am I single now?
She said what?
Oh, we get personal.
What we on what show this is? Exposure.
Oh, I see. We gotta get one or two things exposed, right? The DM gonna be flooded. Oh, we done seen the episode.
No, but don't answer that because I wouldn't answer it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
It's always better. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm thinking of so what Raylo? What role does he play? Because I felt like sometimes when I see you at shows or on the road, he was always there, whether DJing or y'all got records together.
Right.
There's a new one that got a little coming around me. It's a booty music a little bit. I see it on your story a lot. Oh, okay, a lot of it. It remind me of that booty music, and I see people making videos to it.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship with Raylo? When did you meet him, and is he more of like an A&R or what we got going?
Raylo is like Raylo is one of my biggest supporters. Always been from day one. Like I met Raylo when I was 17, maybe 16. And he has always supported me. Like, even when people from all over the world reach out to me and ask me to do a song or, I want to sign you, Raylo is the first person that I reach out to. I'm like, this person, hit me up, what you think? You know, I always get his opinion. Yeah. We just always been really close. He just somebody that I trust a lot.
Solid dude. I remember, so I met Raylo for the first time. I had a recording session, and this is probably my second or third session at Oscars. I used to record at another studio prior, and you know, you always heard of Raylo. You heard the Peanut Butter Jelly. I seen him on YouTube, but I never seen him in person. I knew of him, and I remember going to the studio and he was in a session, and I'm like, damn. I was scared to approach him. I just want to be like, hey, I'm Fat Boy, and I make music from Boynton Beach, and I just want to get let you know about my music and I exist. And he got out the session. Oscar introduced me. I introduced myself, and he's like, oh, you from Boynton? He's like, Ben, you know. And of course, I'm like, no, I know who you is. And he was like, hey, come meet me at the house, man. We could chop it up. Just like let's talk. Let me get to know you. And I'm like, this happening for real? And I remember going to his house, and then he had dinner ready and everything. They made dinner, and we chopped it up. Like, I was like, this is my first time meeting Raylo at his house. Like, and then of course he just started talking about the history, and this is when he had Roosevelt jumping. He's like, hey, you gotta come check me out Saturdays at Roosevelt. So in my younger days, man, I'm from way over here, Palm Beach, 3,000 kids, and Boosie, Webby. I mean, that's when it was Trill era. Fox, wilding out. I was over there every Saturday. Line out the door. You know, you see Raylo, oh, Fat Boy, come on. But he showed me love from day one. We rocked it. That's Raylo. That's
blood raw.
That's
what they about Raylo. He'll give it to you blood raw.
That too, right?
People don't take blood.
You want some feedback? Bring Raylo a record. You ain't lie.
I have records that I sent him to this day. He like, no, I don't like that. And I'm like, man, I like that. What are you talking about? He's like, I don't like that.
He definitely got a good ear. He got a good ear. Yeah.
No, for sure. He could put records together, and I feel like that's what we kind of missing. Like, I don't know. I don't know of him, but you know, the DJ that not only does the promotion, not connected with the artist, does the mixtapes, and it's off of love. Like, genuinely, if he likes your record, he got you. I don't need to see you to play a record. I haven't seen what he did with a Suave Smooth record fresh out the studio. I seen him break a Triple J record fresh out the studio. These are things I've seen.
Nice.
You know, and if he has an artist coming, hey, you want to open up, or hey, come meet. Like, I done met JT Money, the Kayas, the Pastor Troys, all because of Raylo. Like, this was just off of you in the area. We drove 3 hours one time. I had a Yukon. I forgot the year of this Yukon. But his car wasn't working. He was like, hey, we'll go in your car. We drove 3 hours. And I met Pastor Troy. That was my first time meeting Troy. Yeah, so it's
fine.
You're going to hang around the people. That's a fact.
Yeah, I miss that, man. I do miss that. I feel like we don't have anyone looking out for the artists today like that. You know, because is it safe to say? I think DJs are kind of celebrities in themselves. They're making music now. Right. And I don't know how you feel. How you feel about if everyone trying to go to being a DJ Khaled? The DJs go.
Raylo felt like the first DJ Khaled to me.
That's true.
With the talking, the confidence, and it was a lot of DJs doing that, but like that, the healthy ego he had in it, how Khaled got it to where it's borderline annoying, but you love it because you're like, oh, they could back it up. They ain't just saying it because they can't verify it. They really playing the music. The songs that Raylo was breaking, they broke. They came out. If he said, he was the first one I heard say, get used to this record. Like, he finna let you know he finna keep playing it.
Right.
And his voice, it commanded. Like how Khaled voice commanded.
Yeah, that's the Khaled effect. You know, Khaled, the only reason why I think he's different from everybody because he put people that you would think that had beef against each other on one record. So I think that's what broke him as a DJ.
I mean, Khaled in your face though. He worked. He had a work ethic. He was everywhere.
Facts.
He was everywhere.
Movies and all.
I got a question. Were you part of the underground radio when Raylo had when the underground radio station was popping? Was your music in that circulation at that time? Not.
Firehead.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah, and we had a song, me and Pup, called Hennessy. And he's like, what you drinking?
You not records I know. See, that's what I'm about to say. Now you going in the vault.
And we had City Girl with it.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Tori got records now, though. I'm just saying.
Wow.
She got records now.
I think that was around that era. That was definitely around Firehead era.
You said that, and I could picture where I was standing when I heard that track. That's crazy.
So where you were standing?
At the park in front of my house. And then somebody, them boys playing football, them boys are knocking it in the car. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's what was happening while I was out listening to the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair House Park, man, out there, man. Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. We old now, bitch.
So, have you ever had any management or record deal situations?
I had a few management deals. I was signed to Michael Hopkins.
I remember.
Yeah, he was down out of Miami. He was Trina Tricks. He was with them, like he was like their manager. Trina's for sure.
Okay.
At one point, then I was signed to Big D.
I ain't know that.
I was signed to Big D. He has a label. I was signed to him for a while. Yeah, and I was also signed to this guy out of North Carolina named Greg, but I don't think you know him. You might, but for a little bit.
So three situations so far. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you feel those situations helped you advance? It was some learning experiences, or would you do
Definitely
it again?
learning experiences.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot now that I didn't know then. Like when I was first signed with Michael Hopkins. At that time, like he said, that was that little era, that breakthrough that we had when Trina, when it wasn't really too much going on.
Took a break.
So it was hard, because we didn't have like social media. We was out passing out CDs outside the club at that time, And Boosie actually wanted to, I'm not going to say wanted, we were actually going to get Boosie on Can't Be a Girl. He was supposed to be the feature on Can't Be a Girl, but I can't even explain how that played. That's like a whole nother story, but
okay.
So like I was dealing with like the right people, to get me where I had to go, but it was hard for females at that time. It was so hard for females at that time. And then like now how the game is like now you got to come to the table with everything now. Back then, people like management used to pay for stuff back when we was doing it. Like they would have more, people now like back then I would say more people had their hand out versus now. Now you have to come with everything. Now you have to have so many streams, so many followers, So the hustle's much harder now for sure,
No, that's right. That's right. I feel like that's one of and that's what social media came into play, and you got to have a package if you're trying to get a situation going. But right now I think it's hard to find the investors, those kind of situations. You got to be definitely grinding. I think it still do exist, but back in the day, at least locally, we had a little bit more people who had independent labels or the vision of an independent label. If you think about Cool Town, right? That was in Delray. We had Deathstruck,
right?
Big Scale,
right? That's true.
Some of the ones I know off the top of the dome right now. We had all Yo Millie Entertainment. You had the manager who
Smart
was the
Records,
investor, Smart
Hustle House.
There we go, Hustle House. I think that was Todd and 21 Reeves. So you knew the manager.
Cook 'em up, them label was
Entrepreneur Entertainment.
Everybody had a label though. Everybody had.
But they was supporting the artists. They was, being more beneficial to the artists at the time.
Right.
Now the artists gotta have the whole package.
Right.
Yeah.
You ever performed outside the state? Like took trips and performed? Like tours?
Outside of the state. Good question. I don't think I've ever been performed outside of the state. Not performing.
You feel like it would have did any? Feel like it would have done any different? Anything?
No, because I've been all around Florida.
Okay.
And the love is maybe a little better,
Right.
They show a lot of love. They don't even know what you saying on stage.
Yeah.
They be lit,
Okay,
especially when
right.
a girl come out,
Right.
So it's fun, but I can't.
Was there, you had a moment of, I don't know if we call it a hiatus. I don't know what that window is. Cause there was a window where I knew about you, and then I became familiar with you after like you already had the resume. So to me, and it's just from my perception, because I was late, there felt like it was a space. And so I don't know if that was after the situations, but was it there some discouragement as if you wasn't even gonna do music anymore?
Of course, yes. We all get writer's block. I got it for a long time actually, and I think that was around the transition of how music is now. Because it was like I can be me or I can be them. I can make my music to what everybody like. So at the same time I was going through that, deciding do I want to follow the trend or do I want to be me? Because when you're in the game, sometimes you deal with people that's going to tell you that you have to follow the trend. You have to do this because that's why we fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? So I went through that at a time.
Is that both with music and image, or is it something in particular? Or did you ever have to be told you need to look this way, or dress this way, or take pictures this way? Same.
Of course.
Okay.
The image wasn't the hard part though, but it was definitely involved a lot. Yeah. Like I was with, like my manager used to tell me, oh, you have to go to the club every week and pop bottles. Like you gotta make everybody wonder who that is. And so I'm like, what a bottle money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want me to go and pop bottles? I don't even drink.
Right.
So, we want to pop bottles for everybody else, that's cool, but so it was like you just go through a lot. But at the time when I first started rapping, it wasn't like that. It was really about the music. And anybody can make a record, everybody can make a good record. So it's like when you heard a good record back then, it was a good record.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. So what influenced you to get into music even in the first place?
I started in school. I used to write. I used to be in TV production in high school and middle school.
Me too, man.
Yeah. And I used to be like on the news in the mornings in like middle school and high school. And I used to write like raps for the school, like Christmas time. I write like a Christmas rap and then we'll perform, do like a little video and they'll play it in the morning. So I just started in school writing the theme song for our ROTC program and stuff like that. I'm just starting in school.
So to Eric's point with the hiatus, if you want to call it that, or that break or the writer's block, I feel as I've been watching you and a fan is that maybe the past 6 to 8 months, I felt like it was the visual game started coming. You started doing these freestyles that caught my, like it just, once again, it caught my attention and I'm watching. Because I think you might have done a few with, I don't know if he goes by Rodney 24 Frames or Rodney Films. I don't know what he goes by now, but I started seeing the visuals with the blonde hair and I was just happy. I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, dope. Let me drop some fire emojis, and I feel like it was coming. Then Vibe Man, I seen a few visuals with him too.
Yeah, I do Vibe.
Okay, yes, I seen visuals with Vibe. So I feel like that's where I seen Tori Spade like developing my eyes. It was a photo shoot. It was a bunch of visuals. So what got you in that bag right there of the like dropping? What are you trying to see? What inspired that peak right there? Because I feel like that's where you at right now.
I just be in my mood. Sometimes I just feel like, I want to rap for a little bit, but I'm sitting on a lot of music. Like, believe it or not, I have so much. I write all the time. I'm always coming up with songs. So sometimes, like, one of my friends might be like, man, you need to put that one out. So now I'm like, I'm finna do a video. Okay. It's just the spirit of the moment. It's the drive, like, where I was hungry. I'm not as hungry as I used to be. I say that. Times change. Getting older, I kind of want to steer off into the acting.
Right.
Acting. There we go. All right, that's different.
That's where I'm headed. Y'all ready to see me on the TV. But So I just do it when I feel like it, or if it's a record I like, I do it. If
sure.
I like a record, I do it. I'll definitely do it if I like it.
For sure.
Definitely do it if I like it. So.
Because I think I just saw something with you and A Live. Just in a session in the studio again.
Oh yeah.
That's Creep. Well, he used to be Creep Low back in the
A
Live.
Live.
Oh, he changed his name.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. He goes by,
he checks me all the time because I'm like, I know you for Creep, but
yeah.
A Live. So
I was happy to see that too. I mean, I know he's working on the album that's coming. So
he has like 6 albums. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. So y'all got one together as well recently.
He's like my right hand man. He's like another Raylo to me. That's like that's everything I do. I like not. That's just my right hand man.
Okay.
No matter what. Like
awesome.
That's like my brother. So we do music together all the time. Actually, he put them out. I have songs with him. I have songs already out. It's just if he'd be like, "Oh, I want you to get on this." That's like I do it. You know.
Got you. Well, I know we're looking forward to hearing that. But I love seeing you when you're working and working with cats. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, the once upon a time when I first was when I first got like in the Boynton area back in the day when I was around that area, like there was like you couldn't go nowhere without the Silly Boys. Like they were everywhere, man. Like you came to Boynton, there was a City Skip, you had like Soul Mom, and then you had the Silly Boys. Like I felt like you had to know those three, and because then they had Precious. There was a bunch of dudes, and then Precious was in the middle. They had the one female. She go by Nishka now, and it just stood out to me. I'm like, one female, like 20 dudes. Yeah. It was just, but they had, Boynton was really jumping.
Yeah. So Mong actually produced "Can't Be Your Girl." That's who made that beat.
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't even know that. that's a good one.
Wait, how that came about?
We was always cool, and I think I rapped it for him one day, and he sat there and made it right there for me, like.
Hot.
How come we sitting there?
That's a sample. Do you know that's a sample? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows. Every time I ask people that, do they know what sample that is? They be like, I can hear it, but I don't know what it is.
That's crazy. I would know that.
Yeah, you have to hear it.
I'm happy to hear that. That's Home Team that produced that record.
Yeah.
Dang.
He did really good with that.
So, are there any artists right now you would like to work with?
Local artists?
It could be local, yeah. Or even, just out there, whether big or local.
I would love to work with Lil Baby.
Oh. Why Lil Baby? Because he hot right now, or what about Lil Baby?
I think he's a great artist. Like,
okay.
I just think he's a very talented artist. Very talented.
You can't go wrong. Like, it looks like you can't go wrong with Lil Baby.
Out of the new artists, can we call him new?
Who?
I'm gonna call him new because he say something like he remind me of like how when Jeezy came, like there was stuff he was actually saying in his verses, and it wasn't just, especially when you get to some of the beats and the flows that's predictable because everybody doing it. His ain't really like that. He might use the same flow, but he's saying something and you believe it, and he have this neutrality in it to where you like, all right, you got
say it again.
Neutrality.
It sounds like
I ain't gonna sit here. I know what you're saying.
I'm sorry, because it sound good.
Explain.
It's this disarming.
Sound like another track.
Energy.
He's going another way.
Yeah. Like you got street rappers that will come off violent and like kind of aggressive in certain things like that. You can just tell that's not his aim. He want the better for everybody. So it's just a different energy about Baby. I like him. I know one of his songs. I know the whole verse. I don't even know some of my own songs. Yeah.
That's crazy. Dope. I like him. It's just a lot of people's copying his style too much now, man. That's bothering me with people. Like they're just rocking his style. You know what I'm saying? They getting big off of it.
I only know the one person, and the little man Jay. The little white boy.
Yeah, he is too.
Pretty much.
It's a lot of.
There's some dope women. There's some dope women.
People that's rapping, I think, has that same style.
Right. There's some women got some
that melody, that singing,
right,
rap,
that flow. Period. Yeah, like the cadence. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. There's some women that's doing it on TikTok was fire. You know, in Ico, they did something to her acapella that she like dropping, and she killed it. But it was the baby flow. People sent it to me, and I'm like, dang, like, I mean, that's how you know you hot. You come out with another flow.
You hit me right.
It's that. But if you can't spit, you know, like the big boys, you ain't gonna try to copy the flow.
For sure. Palm Beach Music Awards. There was this one particular year. I remember your performance. Like I don't know. I was just fascinated. I remember. I think we had a bar. You came out of I don't know, the back room or something. You came out the bar. You on top of this bar. You had background dancers. I mean, it was just a phenomenal. The fit was amazing, like sexy and fitted. Everybody looked good, and I remember there watching because I think at that time most of us grab a mic and perform, but you put on a show. You remember? I don't know which year this was or what club.
I don't remember what year. It was the club out there on Forest Hill. Remember, it was like Forest Hill and Congress.
So what's Phantom
It used to be not Extreme.
Cashmere?
Cashmere was in the corner.
Okay.
It was Extreme.
So maybe that was the one behind that. Okay, maybe that's what it was.
By the way, that 7-Eleven at today?
Yes, but it's a little behind the 7-Eleven.
So that was the year I did.
Illusion, I think.
I did that year.
I forgot.
You did that year too?
Yeah.
It was a bar and it was like a stage in the corner.
Yeah.
And I remember y'all just killed it. You put on I don't know. I feel like if the city didn't know you, they knew who that. Like you gonna ask like, who the hell was that?
Right.
Because it was just that was a show.
Right.
It wasn't just a regular get up on there. And I feel like that I don't. Were you working with Rohan at that time? Like
yes.
Okay. Like I feel like it was like a show. Like we're gonna make sure everyone know who you were.
Every time I perform, I'm gonna try to put on a show. Like, cause that's what it's all about, entertainment. And I remember that particular show, like we argued with me and another girl artist. We wasn't arguing, but they wanted to put her first.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I want to go first. I always put me first.
I was gonna get to that. You ever bumped head with another female artist?
Of course. But I always wanted to go first. And when I perform, because I always want to make it hard for the next person.
I didn't never like the closing act thing myself. Because when I was throwing my own shows, it was the headliner supposed to go last. But then if you have other performers opening acts, by the time it get to you, people are exhausted.
Right.
Especially if whether the people good or bad.
Right.
And then it get to you, and especially if they brought people. Now, some of the people like, man, I'm really only here for them. They might can leave or whatever the case may be. I was like, I do not like this going last thing. Yeah. Like to feel like I'm like on top of everything. It didn't even make sense.
Does it depend on how many opening acts you have? Because I think that's where it gets me at an event. I don't mind watching a few opening acts, but how many are we gonna have before I see who I really came to see?
I've been exhausted even seeing celebrities last before they open the acts. I'm like, man, I gotta wait for. I'm here for you, and by now I got to you, I'm tired. I ain't really got the energy.
Just like
now I'm down to 3 songs I want to see you perform instead of seeing an hour set. I'm like, man, hurry up and get to the ones.
We been feeling like that though. Like the award shows on TV, we're like, man, they keep saying they gonna perform, and we be not trying to sit around trying to see them perform. It's exhausting. You're right.
I mean, but I think time management plays a big role. So the last concert I went to was at what's that called? The JL Night Center. It was an R&B. It was like the R&B experience. They had the Genuines, the Keith Sweat, Tamar Braxton. But I noticed with the time management, it wasn't as bad because they had about 8 to 10 acts. But I noticed the time, like Genuine got on the mic one time. Hey, how much time I got left? Like he was making show. He can give you the show like what he had to go. I noticed when they were in and out because of course Keith Sweat headlined this particular show. He was the final closing, but I just realized it didn't bother me with the opening act because there was a time management. They might have 15, 20 minutes, but I enjoyed the whole night because when they break away, the DJ was on point too. He was rocking, but that was just my first time going to a concert in a while of that magnitude. I mean, the arena was packed, but man, it was a dope experience and it was a good show. I enjoyed myself. I didn't get bored or felt like, damn, when he going on?
Right.
I think it depends on the acts too and what they got going on.
Local celebrity. I could say this because I've felt like a local celebrity, but how is there any difficulty in being a local celebrity and just being recognized in normal activities?
Meaning like being who I am, like when I'm out and about.
Yeah, and people running to you, recognizing you for who you are. You still is I look at it different because it's like it's not if you in LA or Atlanta, like right. You got these multi-millionaires, athletes, all this right. stuff. Here, people who won Palm Beach Awards is right. like local celebrities or had a few club songs, and the barrier to entry to be recognized by many people throughout like your region is very, very high. You can't even, it's small tacky stuff you can't really do because everybody, like so many people kind of know you. So I never asked that question, and not many people ask us a question really. But I was wondering, do you feel that, and do it affect anything with you?
Of course, it affects a lot actually. Like, I feel like people expect me to be being that people know me from my rap. Some people met me that way. They don't even know my real name. They know me from rapping. Yeah. So every time they see me, they're gonna know me as that's Snap or Diamond or Tori the rapper, you know. So it plays a major part because I feel like sometimes, like when I'm in places, even though I might feel like I done died down a little bit, sometimes I feel like all eyes be on me because of that, you know. Yeah. And I be like, you know, I don't feel it because I'm here with you guys. I feel like I don't feel like I feel like I'm the same, you know. Yeah. But people do treat me like, you know, a local celebrity, I guess. I never really consider myself a local rapper. I never have. Like when people call me a local rapper, I never, you know, I was never considered myself a local rapper because I don't want to be a local rapper. I want to be outside, so don't consider me a local rapper because you keep me in that box. That's just what you're gonna always. Oh, she a local rapper. She a local rapper. Like, gotcha. You know, I just never was that type to. But I feel, and I get a lot of love all the time from people. Like to this day, I get a lot of love from people, and I be feeling like, you know, it's not that serious. You know, but when I sit back and look at it, like you said, I'm a local celebrity to them. So.
Yeah, it be annoying to.
Sometimes it do be annoying.
It's beautiful when it's flattering to the compliments, but then when you want to go to Walmart with ashy feet,
right?
Or just do some normal stuff, you're in the drive-through, or you handing somebody your debit card, you're like, oh, they know you for something else, and they looking at you like something else. You're like, man, I'm just trying to be ashy and like just hop in the gas station real quick. They be like, hey, we could flick it up real quick. I'm like, man, I look crazy. You better not tell
the sad part is everyone's doing that, right?
Hey man, hey,
in the drive-thru?
I'm out here with Biddines, man.
That was crazy.
I don't know how I look.
You got me. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Just Sunday, I went to go have breakfast at First Watch, low key, and I still, I was dressed decent. I had my black tee jeans, but I wasn't I was nothing flashy. I didn't even have my artist hat on, right? So once again, just breakfast in the cut. And as soon as I got up to go pay, I noticed somebody was just looking, the family looking at me, and then he comes up to me and say, hey, I'm just gonna ask this. He was like, well, you just in a Dolphins commercial? I was like, yeah. And he's like, come meet my wife. And my son's right here. And I just was like, I was telling him that was you. And all of a sudden, man, I went over there. He's like, you mind taking a picture with my family? I was caught off guard. I didn't want to be like, no. I mean, it's early. I ain't in the mood. I just was like, I'm just trying to get in and out.
Right.
But I ended up taking a picture with them. And I'm like, I couldn't say no. But to your point, I do understand that feeling more than ever sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever remember, we went to T-Pain house one time.
Yeah.
When we got signed. It was in Georgia. This is the bigger house. It had it had like an upstairs and a downstairs. And I remember when we went downstairs, and I don't know if we asked what's one advice you can give us or something. And he told us, once you get in this, man, forget about it. There is no more personal. Like, so just really consider if y'all really want to be an artist, that when I go outside, that people not gonna recognize me. I want to do my own thing. He said, forget about that. I remember that. I don't know what year. I remember that to this day. That I feel like what we're doing, unfortunately, we gotta still respect the individuals who do wanna, unfortunately, maybe record us when we not even in the mood. Cause I seen some stuff, man. Like I remember T.I. told a girl take a picture while I walk when she asked for a picture, and I kind of thought that was cold. I'm like, hell, man, just. But, I seen Fat Joe tell somebody, like, I got a drop from him when I had my camera back in the day on exposure. But the next person came, he's like, this ain't no fucking studio session, man. Like, I done seen it. And I done seen Pimp C told me for a drop. Like, I could share some of this funny stuff. Pimp C told me when I met him at T-Pain's I'm in Love with a Stripper video shoot, I asked him for a drop. He was fresh out of prison or jail at that time. He said, I'm going to need a wad about that fat and about that deep.
No, he did.
Like that. And I was just like, I charged it to the game. I say, dang it, Skippy. Let me go to the next person. Because I was like, I couldn't. But, you're going to get different reactions. I couldn't even be mad at him. Right. But I do get it and I do experience it and I seen it. But that is a challenge, Egg. I don't think I have it down packed 100%. Right. But I try not to be rude. Because
now, like, I don't really have the motive. I'm not inspired by pursuing music, like the pursuit of it, how I was before. But in day-to-day life, and I don't know if people think about this, but they can make you feel less than if you not operating as the box they put you in, like what you said. So if you ain't doing what they know you to be, or where in their head they expect you to be, then they'll vocalize that, but not really even understand it's like an insult. And as I started like dissolving the chase, like mutting myself out on social media, like being thirsty, doing things, feeling like I had to take a picture because a campaign for a project or a flyer need to be going out, then everybody looking at you like you fell off or what happened to you, or that you don't maybe care or whatever the case may be, and then you be like, man, this how people look at you when they had a concept of you, and it's I don't know if I want to say psychologically or emotionally, but it was the first time I had to deal with like embarrassment, because you like, I thought I was still regular at the same time, but your environment kind of don't allow you to be regular, because you crack the threshold that, with all respects, more people than the average person. Sure. You reach more people than the average person. More followers, more people heard your voice, more people seen your name. You've been on flyers. You've been distributed hundreds of thousands, even up to a million throughout these years. And you're like, man, I ain't even realize that impact can put such a deep impression on me and my personal life. And that sucked on my end.
It sucks a lot. That's actually why I don't have Facebook anymore. Cause like where I live, when I moved in, like my landlord was like, yeah, I'm your friend on Facebook. I'm like, huh? I mean, that's not why I shut it down.
Right.
I was already headed towards that anyway. But I was like, it's just, it's just, you can't like. I feel normal, but it's like people not looking at me like a normal person. I was in the hair eye, I was like, damn, now I gotta go and do my hair every time I see it now,
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how y'all say that, because I've talked to Zoe about that. I'm like, yo, I like the music. That's why I thought about it. Like, hey, I'm gonna play this role because I'm not too much in the light. I'm not in the light, but I can be part of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I feel like the producer back in the day. I mean, now the producers got a whole lot of light now, but a lot of producers, you almost didn't know who produced that track. You know what I'm saying? But they're getting their credit, and I didn't like the light because of exactly what you mentioned. Like, I'm like, damn, I don't want them kind of problems, too much. But now that the game changed, it still kind of bothered me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of like to sit in my corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get my bag, but I'm in my corner. Right. I don't want nobody in my business because I'm kind of low key, but I try not to be. You know what I'm saying? So I know where you're going. I know how you feel about that.
So you feel like it's gonna handicap you though?
Not
as a producer, because today now I feel like you know.
Now I gotta be in everybody's face, but it bothers me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does bother me, but I try. Are you
willing to adapt?
Oh yeah, of course. That's why I do other things outside of music, so I can. You know what I'm saying? It helps me do that. Things like.
So something I watch about you, but you do gaming.
Right.
You're in the people face.
Right.
You literally got a camera right here, and they watching you do that. So where does that confidence?
So again,
why do you feel so loose?
That part helps me with the confident level when it comes to being in people's face. So if I put my face in people's face, then it kind of helps me out when it comes to the music. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was just mash everything together, because normally I know if you pay attention to social media or YouTube. This YouTube is only for this. This YouTube's only for that. Like, you could be doing three, 4 different things. You gotta separate everything. So if you want to know who I am, that's all I'm all into. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it. Again, it helps me out. It helps me.
Cool.
So yeah. So I know how y'all feel about that.
He did something I saw. I don't know if y'all keep that, but streaming. I never understood Twitch and how streaming really worked. But so I got a Twitch account. And I followed him, and sometimes when he would go live, I would like just tap in and see how it worked. I watch him produce or come up with a hook, and there's people in the comments, people following. But it was the weirdest thing. Like, I seen there's a donation button that can happen as he's doing his work, and I seen donations come through. And when they would come through, whether it's a 20, 50, 100, he had custom theme songs. But so when someone donates, he would stop, play the theme song, and tell that person thank you. And I'm just like, dang, this is above and beyond. I'm like, man.
So when it comes in, it interrupts me. It comes up automatically, and it's playing the beat that I did with my vocals on it. Again, it's I like to perform in front of a lot of people. So it helps me. Again, it helps me. And then when there's people watching, it helps me. It gives me motivation. So I do it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just do it live. They could try to copy it, but I got, the tracks here and everything like that. But I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just do it live. So a lot of those alerts, I did them live, and they saw me do them. So a lot of people, they fuck with me, they follow me. And, shout out to the Global. He gave me a donation because he saw some other ones. He was like, damn, what this do? So he actually played a donation track.
I was dope.
So everything that you do plays another beat or something short. And if you donate, play something else. If you subscribe, it plays something else. So it gets you to one to be like, what else he got? So
the $100 one, it go off.
Right.
It's a long
so it depends how much. Right. So it depends how much you donate. If you go over, I got over 20, I got over 50, I got over 100. So depending how far you go, it's a different type of theme or a song. So it don't go that. I do like 30 seconds or something like that. But yeah, they fuck with it. Yeah.
And I hit that donate. I want to see how it works. I'm like, this for real. I hit donate. You put in your information and it went straight to them.
You put your card information.
Yeah, you put your information or PayPal. Register it.
If you got Amazon, just one click. Amazon owns Twitch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Just a different hustle, different way. I mean, right? You see T Grizzly say he's
right.
$200K a month.
A month,
something like that.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Gaming.
Gaming, doing what he like.
Tyreek Hill said after this 10 years of football,
Right.
he want to get into gaming.
T-Pain does the same thing. He gets 7 figures every
I
month.
did hear. That's what he's on Twitch.
Yep, 7 figures.
So you playing games.
Gaming and doing music exactly what I'm doing. Live.
Recording his hooks and
Live.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these songs
at
are...
the same time, gaming and doing music.
So he has days when... Okay, so... for example, let's just say you get on there and you got a contract with them. They say, hey, we just want you to do 30 hours of music. And he streams sometimes...
Why you get a contract with them?
Because he's been gaming on Twitch since 2011, 12. Since
I'm
he's
talking
been...
about you. What do you do?
Well, contract, you got to be big, like a contract like that. But you can be partnered with them, and they do a deal with you. And let's just say subscribe is $6. They'd be like, hey, here's a deal. You get $5 out of that, and we keep $1. You know, something like that.
Okay.
And then, like right now, they got a black kid running the game right now with the most subscribers on Twitch, and he's running it. He got over almost 500K subscribers. So
He play like video games.
he play games. He just chat. People on there just chatting.
Okay.
Yep. Could be doing this too.
Oh, really?
Real talk. Yeah. But yeah, again, I know where you're coming from, but that helps me out. It helps me, get it out there because I ain't nothing bothering me when I'm doing that. So why can't I show the world and help me open up?
True that.
Yeah.
When you think of Palm Beach and all the artists we know, what you think is holding someone back from really blowing and taking over?
The money.
The support. But
No, she said the money.
So
The
a
finances.
lot of people that I hear are very talented. Not even just in Palm Beach, just in general, but Palm Beach. Since we talk about Palm Beach, it's a lot of people that are very talented that I've heard, but they don't have the money. Like I said earlier, you have to be able to support yourself first. So they have to, and you can have money. You're gonna need money for promotion, marketing, mixing, everything. Studio time. You're gonna need money. That's why I think a lot of people can't make it because they don't have the money.
do you think? Okay? You listen to radio, like actual radio?
I do.
You listen to radio? What, like 99?
99 Jams.
Yeah, I do. In the morning I listen to it, but because they say radio breaks a record.
Yeah.
How you feel about the 250 or 200K to break a record? I ask that because
Like 200,000.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say the least.
And that's just radio.
Yeah,
Is that part of satellite radio and all of that too, or when they say that?
I don't know how that works really, but I can see that happening. Yeah,
I don't think.
I don't listen to radio after a certain time.
Take that certain amount. I think to get a record going sometimes, but once a good record has legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen records like travel outside of here, right?
Right.
So like if you travel, like I've gone to Fort Pierce or let's say Port St. Lucie, an hour south or an hour north. I done seen certain records from Palm Beach get that far.
Right.
I think where we struggle is now how do we continue? Like what do we do? Like does the artist realize, I got momentum, now let me go to this city and tap in. One thing I respect about Papa Duck, when he had his run, Papa Duck is tapping in them cities where them records is bumping. He finna find that hole in the wall club and work out a deal. And when Papa Duck had a street team, for example, like he was heavy in it, and I seen how he built his momentum. Cause I think some of us don't know it. I was talking to a DJ in Tallahassee, and he knew of a group in Palm Beach who had a buzzing record, for example. But he's saying he reached out, but we don't invest in ourselves because now as an artist, I get it. If I got a record with momentum, I'm thinking you need me, I don't need you. Right? Because you're like, I'm already.
Right.
I got my city on lock.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna spend money if I'm the man in my city. I think sometimes that mentality holds us back because if I see the momentum here, I got it. Let me go outside.
Some people like to be locally hood rich. They
and I think we talk about that, right? Being local is enough for them, but I think we scared to go outside.
Yeah,
because you gotta remember, we at the bottom, bro. Florida, you gotta go up north for your record to really spread. So if it was in Tallahassee, the Georgia, the Carolinas, your record can go north, south, east, and west.
Right.
We already at the bottom.
Right.
But back to what I was saying, it takes money though. They don't have the money to, like, somebody told me once, a man told me once, if you don't have, and he said this is the least, if you don't have, and he said he's just gonna throw that out here, which it probably takes more, 40,000 right now, and you telling me you want to rap, don't do it. He said I don't advise nobody to do it. He said because even if you had say you had 10,000, this was 10,000 to get you. He said you had $10,000. This is how he broke it down. You can get you a rent a van, and you might say, okay, I'm gonna go to Fort Pierce, do a free show. I'm gonna go to Orlando. I'm gonna hit these little local cities, Fort Myers, Ocala, all this stuff like that. That 10,000 gonna be ate up after a while. You gotta pay for the car. You have people that's coming with you. You gotta pay for the rooms to stay in these little cities. You have to pay for gas, food. That 10,000 gonna be gone. You gotta pay for posters. You gotta pay for if you passing out thumb drives. So it takes money. It's not like you can hear a song and be lucky if it picks up within maybe 2 years. You'll be lucky because a lot of times songs take about a year to maybe, before they actually really pick up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So by the time they do that, by the time the song gets spread like that, a record company gonna pick them up and
that's
put
why
the money behind them.
I think the idea is to get it to the point where a record company, because I feel like that 200 might be enough after everything is said and done, but not to get there. Like I feel like that's a good amount. I think we'll find it out.
They're not just gonna take you right out the street. I got 250,000 to play my song on the radio. It's not gonna be like that.
What about these new kids that's just blowing up offline and they getting deals overnight?
It ain't
like Lil Pump ain't.
It ain't. I'm sure it's not a whole lot that get picked up like that. They do, but most of them be streaming already. They streaming. Look at the girl who Cali picked up, the pretty girl, Jamaica or whatever, the Jamaican girl with the island girl, the real pretty one.
I need to talk about.
She was streaming so much on.
Yeah. She was big, way big before Khaled even touched her.
That's what I'm saying. They picking up people that's big already.
She has songs.
These people are putting in their own work.
I think
so. But her family might have helped pay for her studio time.
Right.
That costs money. That costs money to get the record to sound good enough to put on TikTok.
But they ain't have to do what our generation had to do with spending at least a minimum of 40.
We were spending maybe. Yeah, because we had to print out CDs and pass them out and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you can make it off social media, your song pick up, it's hard, first of all, because your own city got to pick it up first. Most of the time, your city got to pick it up. Plies, for example. His city, Plies overflew because his city they was crazy and it just spread it out. It flowed. So, like Can't Be Your Girl, that song. The whole majority of the whole city knew that song, and it should have flowed out. But I didn't have the resources at the time.
There you go.
I did, but I thought I did, but was with it. So it takes. We spent $6,000 on mixing "Can't Be a Girl," so it takes money.
Damn.
They flew to.
Wait, what?
Because they flew out of town to do it, and it wasn't even mixed here. It was mixed in Texas. So with people in the studio, you know what I'm saying? So it took money. You have to. It's hard if you thinking it's just gonna come for free. I feel like
a lot of that was much of it. While it was beautiful, there was an aspect of it that was scammy. Now, as I look back as an adult, and where we might have been naive and listening to everybody this how the system going, but now looking back, you see, the system got a cycle of dollars it like to be circulated before anything else stick.
Right.
So you thinking, we finna do it. They telling us, all we need to do is cause keep in mind, payola is technically illegal, but this invisible system outside of it, to where it's these invisible hands gotta be greased, and you realize, it's more organized than we think. We was ignorant to believe that if you just had a good song, that was enough. No, it's way more organized than
back
that.
then it used to be like that. We would think you have a good song, like you said, it's enough. Now, like you said, it's all a system now. It's all.
I think they was tricking us back then too. I think they was pretending for a long time, and we was just young. We wouldn't know
right.
that really they on some phone calls and like
That's
we
true.
got. Because they had to keep the minimum of certain songs that can get in rotation, especially when it was down the radio. Then you had certain promoters had markets on lock where you couldn't even. They had, you ain't even know some of these promoters had goons on deck. Like they looking at it like it's the narcotics game. Like nobody can't come in here and get these clubs. Like a game. Like they got these clubs. They are the sole promoter for certain areas, so everything is really being funneled through. And if you look at the Boosies, the Plies, the Papa Ducks, the people who went through these chitlin circuits and things like that, they know that it's really, really organized. It's about that money. You gotta touch the bigger rankings, you gotta touch the TJs, you gotta like, it is not, it's just play and fun. You think, oh, my song hitting, I'm on some mixtapes, it's finna go da. No, it's not like that. I don't think it's ever been. And I even say with the internet now, it's probably happening. It's probably happening again even more. Now it's very easy to hide it because somebody could just be behind a email address.
That's true.
Really making the plays, and you be like, man, the girl Khaled signed. Yeah. But you realize, wait, it was already set up. Because even when I started having meetings, I remember them saying in the beginning, listen, whatever we do,
right.
Don't say we got a deal.
Right.
Because we going to pretend like there is nothing. And, I was like, man, we wanted to flex and be like, oh, yeah, we got to. But I don't guess people don't care about holding up a cash money chain and stuff like that. Now people have situations you don't even know they in a situation. You don't even know the label that's under there is under a big major corporation. And, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the apps in the tech industry have extreme equity in a lot of the media content now. That's why they ain't even letting you before, where they would drop an artist, they not doing that no more, because now they realize, wait, we dropped Bow Wow when his music is gonna stream forever.
Right.
So then they were like, no, we ain't dropping no more artists no more, because streaming even X amount of years later, like Kaya doing numbers on Spotify. But
I like my dog got excited on
YouTube,
that.
Kaya, like certain people who got dropped and counted out because their music was what it was. They getting 7-8 bands a month.
Yeah.
Easy.
And Kaya always find a way to trend. I just feel like every 6 months, whether she talking about Trina, whether she does an interview, it's gonna be, she come out with a record or it's her outfit, she gonna trend every 6 months on something.
She adapted.
Yeah.
She
is. She's not afraid.
She a personality.
Yeah. That too. I like that, Kaya. I like how you brought that up. So, so in the music space, what are you working on now? What can we expect? What can we be on the lookout for? Anything musically, or more? We're gonna see you on the TV screen with the acting, or can we stay tuned from a new album, possibly a single, or what? You ain't gonna just leave us like that, are you?
When I feel like it.
When you feel like
I drop some singles.
Okay.
When I'm in my mood and I feel like I'm sitting on something, I might record something, be like, I'm just gonna throw this out here. But as far as like he said, like that drive, I don't really have it for the music anymore like that. I like doing it because it's fun, it's easy, and I love music. So, but more on the TV.
On the TV,
yeah.
That's what's up. So you're gonna have to get in some film here. We got some independent films coming out of here.
Okay.
Little here and there. So I think that's a great call. Getting with some directors. Are you into writing film at all, or you just wanna you want to be able to get a script and get straight into the acting part?
No, I'm into writing a film. I think I need. I don't know.
Would you ghostwrite?
Ghostwrite a song?
Oh, there you go.
I've had people ask me to ghostwrite for people before. Probably not. I always usually said no, maybe because I don't know.
Feel like it's a piece of you that you're giving up?
I guess. I mean, I never really. Well, in the past, when I wanted to be an artist, I would never ghostwrite because I feel like a lot of ghostwriters were in that spot as a ghostwriter. They never really advance. They just are stuck, known as as for writing. So I didn't want to do that because I felt like I want to be an artist. So if I start writing for City Girls, which I've been asked to write for them before, I'm gonna be stuck writing for City Girls. They're not gonna recognize me. Like Rick Ross, for example. Remember when he was coming out and he was writing? They never really wanted to get him.
Right.
But, look at him now.
Right. 13 years.
Yeah.
He grind for a minute.
Yeah, he did.
He grind for a minute, man.
They always kept him on the bench, But.
So BON, I hear it all the time. I hear the slogan, bags over niggas.
Bags over niggas.
What does that come from?
Instead of money over bitches, it's bags over niggas. The gang.
The gang. That's a squad.
The gang.
Okay, empowerment.
Yep.
Okay.
That's motivation.
Okay, not a record label, just a group of independent females on the come up.
It sounds like a dope movement.
Yeah.
Oh, so you in the group of it's others involved?
No, that's just like like I said, that's like my money over bitches saying it's bags over niggas. It's just like a inspiration.
Exclusively to Negroes.
I mean,
exclusively to Negroes.
Bags over. I mean, sometimes when I try to keep it clean, I say B.O.B. bags over boys. So,
bags over boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's always the bag first. Whoever you want to put it over.
The bag first. You like the bag.
The bag first. Chase the bags, and so it's all about.
So the acting, can you spill any beans that have you started already or?
I'm working with people that.
Can you say or no?
I mean, Javon helps me out a lot. Javon White, he's real popular around. He's on a lot of things. He helps me out a lot. And so I'm just taking some headshots. So soon I'll be going out for casting calls and stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Wish you well on that. That's what's up.
Thank you.
I wish City Award was still going. You could have, maybe you had a shot in that.
Yeah, maybe.
That had the city jumping.
Yeah.
Javon worked on City Award, right?
I think he did. Yep. I think he was a police officer in there, wasn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So you into doing are they like sketches on social media and stuff like that?
I do like TikToks and
oh, you do TikToks?
Reels, yeah.
You on TikTok?
You're pretty good.
Oh, you saw TikTok?
Yeah, you not bad. Yeah, she not bad. She not bad.
I don't understand how to do the content she puts out on there. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to whether what you call a duet maybe or remix.
Right.
I just post whatever I'm doing like a reel, like a regular reel.
I do reels too. Yeah.
I see a lot of your stuff, but it's comical. She got comical. She'll reenact something, but no, it is funny. I do engage and laugh. I ain't that good.
You know the girl D Woods
from here.
She from here, but she moved to LA, but she big and now she live in New York.
Diddy D Woods?
I think so.
The one I was with, what they call that group?
No. She not an artist. She do comedy. She do stand up. She do sketches, and she just.
What did she used to do? What did she do when she was here?
See, I don't know what she did when she was here because the sketch. I brought that up because the sketch, the scripted skits seems like a new thing, a new category. So you got a lot of people doing scripted skits, either whether it be couples or it be groups of friends or even the ones where they go in Walmart and be messing with people and doing stuff like that. Yeah. But you got this scripted skit thing going on where some people are so good they go viral, you think it's real.
Yes.
And you have no idea the whole thing scripted. And I'm just catching on because I'm a comment. I'm thirsty for comments, so I go on comments to see what the people are saying more than I look at the other stuff. And then I kept seeing people be like, "Oh yeah, the invisible cameraman strike again." And you don't even realize that. Wait, who was recording that? Right. And you forget that the chances of them just catching that at the time they caught it, and the people seeing the things they seen. And the time and the perfection of it, the props and everything, the amount of people that was in on it, you realize, whoa, people taking these viral videos to the next level, and you won't even know that you looking at something made up. Right. And sometimes it do damage though. It could be harmful because if it's something offensive, and then another page posts it because they think it actually happened. Right. Then that throw things off too. So I don't know if like in the future people gonna get in trouble for like inciting like certain things. But there's a few I was like that went viral. They don't even realize that's scripted, and they taking it serious. But the people just it's a joke to them. They're like, what? I got 800,000 views. In 2 weeks, I'm viral. I went viral on TikTok, and so I say that because I don't know if you do any of the scripted.
I mean, not that. I'm not that deep into it yet to do those, but I do see what you're talking about though. But I do like just whatever. If I hear a sound I like, I just reenact it or put a video to it or something.
Yeah, I stick to reactions. Like if it's funny, I do reactions. Yeah. Like I got one where this kid, the dad asked him something. He said something to him, and the kid got up and slapped his dad and said, "That's something about. That's what I'm talking about." And I did a reaction to him. Yeah, I'll do things like that.
You do one of those.
I'll do like, like.
Yeah.
No,
you
not
point at the other video while
so. I've been told by a lot of friends that I do crazy facial expressions, so I kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah. But no, it's actually again that helps me out. But no, that TikTok is dope.
It's fun.
You stick to it because you look like you're having fun when you do it for real. Yeah,
I do.
That's what it's about. I mean, that's what it's about.
Right.
That's what it's about. Dope. Is there anybody locally you would like to work with? That you haven't worked with? I mean, to put it
Suave Smooth.
I work with Suave a lot.
You work with Suave a lot?
I've done a lot of songs with Suave. A few songs actually. Like maybe 2 or 3. Okay. Back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody you haven't worked with that you like, man, you know what? I would love to do that just for the.
I'm trying to think if I have not worked with. Like a lot of these new artists, I don't know. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know anybody. Everybody else in the past. I never worked with 21 Reese. I would like to work with 21 Reese. Everybody else that I can think of, Eric, we did something. Oh.
Probably through somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think we ever did nothing just me and you.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Eric.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Eric.
You getting your flowers, man.
Yeah.
You getting your flowers, man.
I think we did something like
yeah.
Like
you
more
getting your
than one of
flowers,
us.
man.
Did we do like a group?
I think it was somebody. It wasn't me or your song.
No.
It was somebody else doing something. It was like it was on I don't know, either they told me you was gonna be on it or something like that. But us directly, no, we didn't. Like, let's make a song to change the world.
Is it safe to say I got the most Eric's features?
Yeah.
I'm going down in history. I wasn't
big.
Eric V verses.
I wasn't big on features. Like I wasn't requestable, I guess. Like you had to be doing something different. Like some of the R&B locals I've done stuff with, but like Palm Beach for the most part was driven by like the more of the aggressive rap.
Yeah.
And like all they knew and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't much we could really do. It was like the respect, but yeah, I don't think I wasn't in that category.
And to share something like on top of that, it's funny because Allergic to Dirt probably one of my favorite, and probably as far as videos and hip hop, I had a lot of success with it. So I got this beat from C-Clip. So it's funny how so when I got this beat,
him today.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I hope you're doing well.
He's doing great.
I got this beat. I like it. Weirdest situation, right? I just don't know what to really go about. Like I couldn't come up with a hook. Usually I gotta do the hook, then I can write my verses, right? I'm stuck, but I love this damn beat. I'm like, I want to use this beat. So I saw something. Big Rankin was talking smack in an interview or something like that. He's like, I'm allergic to dirt, nigga. Like, for some reason,
I remember that.
Jamaican voice, it's stuck, and I'm like, ooh, allergic to dirt. I ain't never heard for some reason. So I don't know why, right? My brain thinks, call Eric and see if Eric can come up with. I don't know why. That's exactly how I went. I call up Eric and I got a beat. I want to go allergic to dirt is all I got. I don't know, but I couldn't catch it. But thinking of some of the Eric prior records, I'm like, it's the creativity side, the hook, he can catch it. I can't catch it. So I sent him the beat and thought nothing of it. I remember he called me. I don't know if I was at it, but I remember just being in your presence. He's like, hey, I got something. He did it on his own, and then he played it. And I was just like, I was speechless. I'm like, damn, that's it. I couldn't come up with the words. And
the
that's
beat
how
was like, it sounded like a party like the rock star.
Yeah,
party like the rock star.
The flow.
Party like the rock star.
Step on my shoes, stain my shirt. So clean, it was just the format of it. Listen, my son, and that's to the day my son's favorite record. Like, we get in the car, he almost like, can you play Allergic to Dirt? He just waiting for it to come on. But yeah, man, that was appreciated, man, because we shot a video with that with A-Game, man. I felt like that gave me my little, my stamp as far as a hip-hop. That helped me from the feature to, we dropped a video and the city loved it. Like, it was just like automatic, man.
No lie, at the time, I don't think you dropped your videos yet, but I thought I was the.
No,
you did? You did have Walking? Okay, that's the same guy.
Yeah.
Same okay, cleanest videos I've ever seen at the time. I was like, damn, them shit. Nobody had
Triple J had the biggest video at that time locally. What the liquor is?
No, I was saying clean.
No, yeah.
I was saying clean.
Videos was clean.
Yeah, I was saying.
You know what? Nobody was shooting HD in the city.
Yeah.
You would have walking,
right.
Just was like,
I think
was amazing.
Those lenses I felt like just came out because it was something new. Because his camera was small. Wow. I thought you needed like something that one of the big boys.
Had the DC
on
the shoulder. You had
you got on real quick.
The smaller cameras, you just needed a better lens. Yeah. If you had a better lens, then you was kind of in there, and that's what he had. That's what he had, and it worked. $600.
I'm like, dog, I can see he just walking. I can see the dirt, man. He's just walking.
That was
he had a depth of field where the background was blurry. That's all I wanted. I gotta have a blurry background. Background gotta be blurry. Gotta be focused.
We were stuck on 720. This man on 1080, boy, before everybody.
Oh, you know your
resolution.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you know your resolution.
Come on.
Resolution. Oh man.
They in 4K now.
Yeah, I was about to say now you in 4K. Oh, and that makes a difference. When you put that 4K on a big screen and open it up, no, that make a big difference. What else I like here?
Eric, you always had your goal?
Yeah. I buffed them today.
Since the dawn.
I had them for like maybe 10 years now.
See,
I went to Dr. Kelly.
14 years, I think.
You definitely seen me with goals because even before I had these, I had the pullouts.
For real?
Yeah, I had pullouts before. I don't even think many people seen my regular teeth, but these permanent.
Oh, I know.
I can't take them out.
Well,
they could snatch them out.
Oh no, they could definitely come out.
Yeah, they could. They get like this hook. It's scary how they take them
out.
out.
Yes.
For so long, it's probably decayed though. You have to get.
I would get veneers.
Yeah.
I would get veneers going forward because they file them. They file the teeth down. They do it similar to veneers, but I had the pullouts and I was wearing it just to be cool. And I remember somebody say, "Oh, if you over 22 and you wearing pullouts, you need to stop. Like especially if it's a part of your thing.
That was it for me.
Yeah. He was like, nah, you can't. This was just a older dude, and then I was like, they were like, you got to do it for real if you gonna do it. I'm like, man, I had to go to Dr. Kelly, so I went down.
You had Goals Global?
To Dr. Kelly.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I ain't do too
like
much of mine.
Dealers.
Lost the pull-outs.
Yeah, the drug dealers inspired me. They were just so, because all the drug dealers had gold teeth, and they was all permanent. It was before pullouts.
Right.
And I was like, man, that's just so cool. They got the chains. They buying you ice cream sandwiches off the ice cream truck.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm finna get some goals like the drug dealers. And I think the girls in high school like it.
Okay. In high school.
Yeah. But I did buff them today. But we had a female guest.
Okay.
I ain't buff. You said I ain't buffing with the dude.
Okay, I get the buff.
All the dudes gonna feel some kind of way now.
Damn.
Yeah. Like
Dog shining.
if I'm gonna be around, if I'm gonna be around girls, I take a bath. Like I went.
We had a whole.
I try not to take.
We got a whole episode.
I try not to take
on
it.
shower.
I know you washing the nuts down there. You can't.
Yeah. I hit the nuts, but I went a week without showering. A whole week.
I mean, was it on like a game show, baby? Were you on?
No Survivor, no Afraid
It was
of
on purpose.
Naked.
It was on purpose. I was going out in the sun. I was sweating it out. And I said I wanted to see how far I could go because I felt like, obviously, I was doing studies as well and just experimenting.
Okay. You should have wiped the rag each day and left the rag up.
But like I wasn't hunching or nothing. I was like, I was in a space where I was able to. Like I wasn't hunching, I wasn't active. I ain't had I wasn't in no relationship, no situation like that.
I know you were.
And I realized that, I could kind of just lose it. I could fall off in a beautiful way and not really have to think about shaving my head, washing my balls extra. Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this time to experiment and allow the body to detox, cellularly, because sometimes we'll overwash some of the natural nutrients, especially if you're going out in the sun. I was going out in the sun a lot, and I used to get rashes from the sun. Yeah. So I wanted to expose myself to sun even more. Okay. So it would kind of counteract that. Then I after the long exposures, I broke out everywhere. But something told me don't shower, don't wash anything off, because the chemicals that's coming out is like it needs to settle in and figure out what's happening and what you need to do. So then after a while, I say like a week, I never broke out again ever since that. And I realized
that's a whole TikTok channel right there.
Yeah.
My son breaks out from the sun. My son breaks out from the sun.
Yeah. So if he need to be put through that, so because you get the hypersensitivity because your body really not trying to mess with that degree of sun like that.
I know.
So you got to get used to it and let you go through that blistering process. Like my whole body, tiny little dots like blistering. I still let it roll through. Yeah. I didn't use the soaps and stuff to wash it off because I did research. Like, nah, you need the sweat and the chemicals, that fusion. You need that process to go to get that exterior melanin protection. Okay. Because we got the melanin, but everybody melanin ain't activated the way it should be.
I activate my son melanin.
Yeah,
okay.
I clearly have melanin, but it wasn't activated. I was going out in the sun. You would have thought I was albino the way I would break out. Yeah, so it don't really be activated.
No sunscreen either. This is
no sunscreen, nothing. So just cause you see it, don't mean it's activated. Like these cells they connected to cones and stuff that have to be turned on. So if it ain't turned on, then
so this is only turned on for the sun.
No, you can't bathe for 5 days.
I mean, you doing it to be. You trying to activate it for the sun only.
Yeah. I had to put my skin through that to get the activation.
Yeah. Right.
Because I was breaking out. It was noticing that the sun. Oh, it's too much, and it'll break up. You'll get the little.
So you're planning on being in the sun while it's activated.
Yeah. So. But I wasn't hunching or nothing. Okay. If I was hunching, then clearly like your mind in another place.
Right.
Yeah. But because I wasn't hunching, I didn't care. Like, and this was during COVID too, so it's like people were locked down.
Yeah,
like,
what going on anyway.
Yeah, what up for to be taking all these shots? And I'm a shower person. Like I could be in the shower for an hour. So I was like,
staring at the sun.
I lived in this one apartment. The shower was like a square. It was a stand-in shower, and I had a chair in there, and I would sit in there. Okay, that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I would sit in there. If they have a bench or they would sit in there.
I would sit in there, so I could be in there like an hour with the steam going. I get the Bluetooth speaker. I'm in a whole nother zone.
How the water bill looking?
Oh, it was free water.
Yeah, if it's apartment. Yeah, apartment.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
The city of Lake Worth might have been a little upset.
Ain't free no more.
Got a question. You mentioned your son. Does he know who Tori Spade is?
He knows he knows the name, but he don't know my music.
Okay.
Like if you hear my voice, if I'm playing something, or somebody he'll be like, "That's you, mommy. That's your voice." And I'm like, "Yeah." Depends on what I'm rapping about. Sometimes like, I don't know who that is talking like that.
So when you get big in this acting game, you gonna touch the music. You gonna go back and touch the music.
I hope I don't have to.
I mean, no. I don't mean it like that. It's because if I don't mean it like that. So what I'm saying, see, when you get it, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you done out and you good. That fire inside is gonna burn. You gonna want to drop a song here and there. The reason why I say that,
I might put out an artist though.
Oh, okay. I say that because we see a lot of people go into music and movies and shows and everything like that, and they eventually drop, a single here and there, and maybe even an album. Right. And I say that because like Rotimi, he did the music. I mean, he did the acting, and a lot of people didn't know he did the music. I did, but a lot of people didn't know he did the music. So
it helps him though. He got the best of both worlds in his situation.
Right.
Shout out to Fifth on that. And gym of the day. So I would like to ask you, what advice would you give your younger self? If there's one thing you could tell your younger self.
That's a good question.
I told myself get some money, do it yourself. Don't have your hand out. Back then I was young. And really, I was expecting people to put, everything, take care of everything. I'd be more involved for sure in the business aspect.
I think that's something we hear a lot as artists. The business side, right? A lot of artists, whether they own and made some mistakes or didn't get there, it seems like the business has to be a part of the movement to fully come around and not feel like you got robbed or they did you wrong. You got to understand the business enough to know if you're going to be giving up this for that it makes sense and you understand you're doing it for a certain amount of time, or it is what it is. It seems like after the fact, now more than ever, I hear everyone complaining about record labels. It's like I've never heard all the stories before. Prince might have said something, Michael Jackson was on to something, and then it kind of died down. And then now I feel like it's just on the run. I want my masters, or I was done wrong, or I'm not making no money from my music. And it's like, God. But in our eyes, you like the big old star. You got the world, and it's not even really that. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't know the business part of it. But I would definitely teach myself that. Yeah.
Well, we wanted it too bad. That's what I realized why I ain't get it the way I wanted it, because I'm not built for what it may take to want it. To want what everybody else, people are willing to die over.
Right.
And it's like you pursuing something that people are willing to die over. You ain't even built like that. Because what it actually take, you at the end of the day, you'll walk away from it. And then so you ain't even, you think you want it, but there's something that everybody else want,
Yeah.
And that's not who you are. And so you don't, well, I guess we don't listen to people, and they be like, no, maybe you should do some other stuff. Everybody, the old heads were like, everybody rapping. They tired of these young kids rapping. Like, everybody, man, y'all don't get y'all some, do air condition. Florida need people that can do fix ACs. We like, nah, we gotta rap. That's it. But yeah. You ain't thirsty enough. Not everybody.
Right.
That's why I said if I had a coochie, I feel you.
You'd have been,
I would be like,
Slang
all right,
thing.
this what I'm gonna get the miles anyways from
One word.
Yeah, the coochie finna pop something.
Are you ready? You already know what time it is.
So yeah.
Oh Lord.
So yeah,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I obviously I don't view sex how most people do it. The whole body is the temple type thing.
Right.
I like it. It sounds beautiful, but for me it's putting so much power into the flesh when I feel like it's for everybody. It's deeper than that. Get the miles if you're gonna get the miles.
You hear me?
Let it do what it.
Yeah.
Be free. But if you're able to manage, if you're able to manage the fleshly activities and still maintain your integrity, you good. But if you trying to protect this so much, then what else is there? If this where your focal point at, then it mean, I could run all over you because you showing me where your weakness at. It's just so your body, I can manipulate that. You're like, that's what you guarding. Nothing else. It's all external. Oh, gotcha. Let me give you a back massage.
Right.
I gave a back massage. This girl said, "Oh, you could ask me for anything right now." I said, "You shouldn't even said that." I turned it to a daddy role. I'm like, don't you ever tell no man that.
You should just took her head while you was massaging, just start pushing it down. Like,
you couldn't be a dude. You'll be a nasty dude. you'll be in the.
I would have been massaging her right on down.
If you was a guy, you would be in the City Boys.
B.O.N. live in the
Yeah. She'll be in the City Boys.
Oh, that's too funny.
B.O.N.
That's too funny. But you are our first female artist on here.
Really?
So, yeah. I feel like we.
I just exposed something.
Yeah. You definitely. It was definitely a vibe.
First lady of exposure.
Manager on here. We had Nadia came on. We talked about Now Beauty. We talked about relationships, but all of us experiencing artists. It's the first female artist, so we definitely appreciate you sliding through so much that I also wanted to definitely give you your flowers while you can smell them. So this is for you from us at Exposure. We want to say thank you, and we want to do things the right way. We want people not only to be able to get on here and give us these great stories and get to know you, but we also want to give you your flowers while you can smell them.
Thank you so
and say thank you for
so
being
much.
you, your contribution to this county, because we got a whole new generation of females, coming up now, but you was out here, you was outside before outside was a thing. I just want to say thank you for being you, and when I call you, you're always there, and I don't think people give you enough credit for that. You cool individual, you move smart, and you always there every time I call you. So I want to say thank you myself personally, and thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Yes. Donna got comfortable over there.
Yeah, he done switched position, leg wrong, like, hey, what else we got? But no, that's pretty much it for me. So no, you're welcome. Anything else you want to close out with?
Thank you. We
I appreciate it. This is actually my second time doing like a podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, I never really do like interviews and stuff like that. I'm real camera shy. So I'm kind of hiding behind this microphone a little bit.
Right.
But
we're preparing you for the acting.
Right, because you're going to have a bunch. Yeah.
But it's different though. Like when I could perform in front of so many people versus like 3 people. Like it'll freak me out. But if it's hundreds of people I can go in there, no problem.
It ain't nothing, yeah.
Because I think I just don't feel like all eyes are on me.
Right.
You zone out.
Yeah, I do. I definitely zone out, especially on stage.
Awesome. Well, y'all tuned into Exposure. Yes. We out. Tori Spade and Exposure. Stay tuned to the next episode.
And stay tuned for what's our record?
OnlyFans.
Okay.
Oh, y'all ain't talk about that. I said that's his biggest song.
I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, I said that was his biggest song. I heard a little snippet. I was like, oh, that already sound like. It reminded me of when you heard the beginning of Hustling, the Rick Ross song. When you know totally different song, but you know when somebody press play and you like, oh, nobody can mess this up. Nobody can mess this up.
No, I did. That comment
Run it back.
That comment was dope. No, I ain't gonna lie. That comment did get me hyped up.
And I knew you was on it. I was like, oh, because I already know how he gonna come.
I love it.
So with the beat, I was like, oh, this finna be your best song.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
Wait.
No,
it's such a vibe.
She slayed it.
That's a
Drego did his thing on the hook.
It was hard.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I just heard that small little preview. I was like, ooh, this finna be his best one.
Yeah,
no, the inbox was jumping. Not only like, oh, dope, when is it coming?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, got Tori on it.
My inbox was jumping too.
Oh, okay. It's good. It's a good vibe. So we coming soon with it. We coming soon.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited about that.
Thank you. And we can follow up. We're gonna follow up.
You can't play it for us off camera?
No.
You don't got
it. We was gonna hear a snippet of it.
Oh, you ain't even here.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she heard.
Yeah.
We coming.
Nah, we'll wait for the release.
We coming.
Okay. OnlyFans, okay?
OnlyFans.
And everybody keep inboxing me. He was like, oh, you got OnlyFans. I can't wait to see this.
That's good. It's pulling them in.
Yes.
Oh, man. Appreciate y'all. Exposure, and we out. Let me go in there since y'all. Y'all did it on the last one.
Y'all didn't tell me about the
No, I do it on my songs that day. Yeah.
It's more than just a podcast. It's exposure.